Ha guys, let's get more news about Warriors, but first don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. Warriors Jimmy Butler gets brutally honest about Heat's tribute video on Tuesday night. The Miami Heat welcomed Jimmy Butler back to Casa Center for the first time since they traded him away to the Golden State Warriors in early February. The Heat, after some questions as to whether or not they'd be giving Butler a video tribute on his return, decided to do so, honoring the 35-year-old star after all the success he brought in his 5-1/2-year stint with the team. Butler, however, while being deeply appreciative of his time with the Heat franchise as he credits it for turning him into the man he is today, did not feel too many emotions during his former team's heartfelt tribute for him. The tribute video was nice. I won't say that there's a lot of emotion. I went into this thing level-headed and wanted to win the game, but it didn't go the way that we planned, Butler said after the Warriors' loss via KNBR on X, formerly Twitter. The 35-year-old meant business on Tuesday night and certainly did not travel all the way to Miami to make friends. Nonetheless, as much as Butler will deny it, there were surely some strong emotions involved in his return to a place he called home for over half a decade, and even more so in the aftermath of the Warriors' brutal defeat. Butler knows the nature of the business, however, and knows better than to give in to sentimentality. He knew that he was going to face a chorus of boos for the way he handled his exit from the Heat, but the 35-year-old veteran is more than content to move on into the next chapter of his career as he and the Warriors look to compete for a championship this season. The Warriors are definitely hoping that the playoff alter ego of Jimmy Butler shows up for them later on this season. As one would recall, Butler led the Heat deep into the playoffs, all the way to 2 NBA Finals appearances, even though not too many expected that he can make it that far. At the very least, there is a bit of evidence that Butler's presence is indeed transformative for the Warriors. They may be going through some growing pains right now, especially with Stephen Curry nursing a hip injury, but there is reason to be hopeful that Butler can be the same impactful player that he was for the Heat as he will be for the Warriors. Draymond Green's stern reminder to Warriors after loss to Heat. The Golden State Warriors haven't had much to complain about since trading for Jimmy Butler, but they have fallen on some harder times in the last week or so. Stephen Curry went down with a pelvis injury just under a week ago, and the Warriors got blown out by the Miami Heat 112-86 on Tuesday night. In Butler's return to South Beach, even though they were playing without Curry, who was nearing a return, the Warriors still put on a dismal showing out on the East Coast. While it's understandable that they would struggle without their star on the floor, a 26-point rout at the hands of a team that just lost 10 games in a row is unacceptable. Nobody knows that more than Draymond Green. After the game, Green expressed his disgust and sent a stern reminder to his squad with just 10 games to go until the playoffs via NBC Sports Bay Area. We got to make sure that we are approaching every game like we're playing against the best team in the NBA, because that's who teams turn into when they play us. Green said they play out of their minds. This team, they were 17-42 from 3, 18-42, but it's the NBA. Everybody's got talent. This is a frustrating loss for the Warriors, especially on the heels of another disappointing road loss in Atlanta against the Hawks, but there is still no major cause for concern in the Bay Area. Golden State is 15-2 when both Curry and Butler are on the floor together this season, and that number will rightfully give it plenty of confidence in the playoffs. Still, the Warriors want to pick up some more wins in order to improve their seating and potentially get home court advantage in the first round. The playoffs as it stands, Golden State is 41-31 and in 6th place in the Western Conference at the moment. The Warriors are 2.5 games behind the Los Angeles Lakers for the number 5 spot and are 3 games out of the number 4 seed, so it will take a big push down the stretch to crack the top 4. The Warriors must also be cautious that they don't fall into the play-in. The Los Angeles Clippers are just a half game behind them for the 6th spot and have been playing very well, so Golden State better take Green's advice to heart very soon. The race for the 2025 NBA Defensive Player of the Year award is heating up, and it remains very much wide open with around 10 games remaining in each team's regular season campaign. Many have been making their case, with Atlanta Hawks guard Dyson Daniels being the fan favorite to take home the award against other worthy candidates such as Golden State Warriors veteran Draymond Green and Cleveland Cavaliers big man Evan Mobley. According to the latest odds on FanDuel, however, Dan Els is not the favorite to bag the 2025 DPI award. It is Green who is favored to take home the acclaim, as he is currently a -135 favorite on the aforementioned sportsbook. Mobley, who has been favored to win for most of the season, fell behind the Warriors forward in the latest odds update, +105, while the Hawks guard has now become a +1,500 underdog for the award. Rounding out the top 5 of betting favorites to win, Poya Logan's Dort +3,000 and Jaren Jackson Jr. +3,000, both of whom have been playing an instrumental role in propping up the defenses of the Oklahoma City Thunder and Memphis Grizzlies respectively. Of course, being the betting favorite doesn't mean that voters will view things the same way. Green may be playing a huge role in the Warriors' better run as of late, but with there being no standout defender on the league's most elite defenses, this could pave the way for the 35-year-old forward to win the second DPI award of his career. At the moment, the Warriors have a better defensive rating than that of Mobley's Cavs, which could be a key factor in how the voters decide, with Victor Wembanyama being ineligible for awards after being unable to play in the minimum number of games. That POI race will be something to track until the end of the season, as things can still change from now until then. Andrew Wiggins makes honest Golden State Warriors statement on Tuesday evening. Andrew Wiggins and the Miami Heat hosted the Golden State Warriors in Florida. Wiggins finished the game against his former team with 10 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals and 3 blocks, while shooting 4 of 13 from the field and 2 of 4 from the three-point range in 28 minutes of playing time. After the win, Wiggins was asked about the Warriors when he met with the media. Wiggins: "I spent a lot of years there with the organization, a great organization. I loved it there. It felt good. It felt even better getting the win." Wiggins has had a solid start to his Heat tenure. He is averaging 20.2 points, 4.0 rebounds, 3.2 assists and 1.1 steals per contest, while shooting 46.9% from the field and 36.9% from the three-point range in 14 games. With the victory, the Heat improved to 31-41 in 72 games, which has them as the 10th seed in the Eastern Conference. They are in the middle of a 2-game winning streak, but 2-8 over their last 10 following their Warriors. The Heat will play their next game on Thursday night when they host Trae Young and the Atlanta Hawks. They are 17-9 in 26 games at home via the NBA Look at the Ground. Andrew Wiggins covered on this closeout block. It's his third rejection of the game as he faces his former team for the first time. Wiggins helped the Warriors win the 2022 NBA championship over the Boston Celtics. And you, fan, what do you think about Andrew Wiggins' situation? Write to us in the comments.